People always ask how I balance my family life with 400 shows a year. I'm just doing what I love with the people I love. It's my magic life.
I like Wes Iseli. I like everything about him.
All right, today's episode, we have a headliner who has his own show in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. His name is Erik Dobell. He said I had to say it slow and with a deep voice. That's the best I can do. Everybody.
And with an echo.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for that introduction. I guess I am a headliner. It's a weird thing to think about, but yeah, I guess I am.
You have your own show in Gatlinburg. How long you've had your own show down there?
It will be 8 years in March. So
Wow.
So 7 years right now. It'll be 8 years in March, which is it was weird. I don't know where the time went. I mean, we went through 2.5 presidencies and like 30 Marvel movies. So yeah, we've been here a long time now.
Not bad. That's really good.
So how did you end up in Gatlinburg? Did you live there originally?
Yeah.
You moved there?
No, I actually knew nothing about Gatlinburg before we moved here. Never even heard of the town. Didn't know places like this existed. In fact, I had been to Pigeon Forge a few years earlier. My wife's parents took us to Dollywood, which they told me we're going to go to Dollywood. And I'm like, what's Dollywood? And then they explained it to me. And I'm like, you're kidding, right? Like there's a Dolly Parton themed amusement park. It still sounds like a Simpsons sketch in my head. Like I have a hard time believing this is a thing that exists. And we go all the time, by the way. We were there just the other day. But I'm from upstate New York originally and moved around a little bit. And then back in probably 2013, 2014, I met my business partner, Chris Collins. And we decided to do a magic show together. Started off a two-person magic show. He's still involved. He's still my business partner and stuff, but he got hurt, so he's not like in the show anymore, which we can talk about later if you want. But so we put the two-person show together, and then we toured it for 2 seasons in North Carolina during the summer, just doing small theaters, small to medium-sized theaters. And then we talked a little bit about opening up in a town like this because he knew about it. I did not. He knows a lot more than I do about just about everything, really. But so we talked a little bit about it, but it wasn't like serious talks like, hey, maybe this is something we could do kind of a thing. And then I am visiting some family in it's probably about 2015. I was visiting some family in the Asheville, North Carolina area, and I heard there was a mentalism show at the Space Needle. And there aren't a lot of mentalists around, so I decided this is pretty close. I'll go check it out. So I called to get tickets, and the guy on the phone says, oh, that show closed last week. We don't have a show anymore. And I said, okay, do they want one? And then next thing I know, we're talking to the owners of the Space Needle, and we opened in March of 2016. St. Patrick's Day, I think. Yeah. I got it written down somewhere. I forget what St. Patrick's Day is, but St. Patrick's Day, I think, of 2016, somewhere mid-March. And we've been here ever since. So it kind of sort of fell on our lap.
Timing. That's awesome. It was meant to be.
Very, very good timing.
What a great thing just to stumble upon something like that.
Right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's not often you call to get tickets for a show and then you get their theater.
Right.
So it was already laid out. You didn't have to go in there and do anything to the theater. It was all set?
We kind of did. The theater was here, but it was not great. So actually, I guess I could show you the theater. Let me take you off here for real quick here. And let me put you, okay, I'll kind of show it to you like this. So these seats have been here the whole time. This carpet, because it used to be like cosmic bowling. It's Christmas, by the way, so we have our Christmas tree up, holiday tree. But no, my business partner came in and he spent a couple of months just designing this whole theater. Because before it was what was it before? It was like laser tag or something, and then it was like a pool hall. It was just a room, basically. And they had lights. We have like theater lights in here now. I mean, I can't tell exactly. I don't know exactly what you can see, what you can't there. But when we came in before, it had lights like you'd see like in a restaurant, like an Applebee's that hangs in front of your face. So everything's dark and yellow. He also built a lobby out here. We got a little lobby right here. I don't want to show you the green room because it's messy, but he built this to kind of help with the noise out in the arcade, which is right there.
Wow.
So long story short, the theater was here, the room was here. He also built this stage. There's actually a stage under the stage. It's one of those kind of things. He just kind of built around it and made it bigger. Yeah, so he's good at a lot of stuff. So we had the space, we had the seats. But yeah, we came in and just completely, redesigned everything and made it look like a proper theater with ambience, lighting, paint, all that stuff. So I hope that answered the question.
I think like it. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
It looks like a venue carpet. It looks great to me. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. I guess I always poke fun at it, but yeah, I mean, it does look nice. I think it's been here for a long time, that carpet too. Whatever kind of carpet that is, it's built to last forever. So yeah, I don't actually have any complaints about it, except that it does look kind of funny. I think I had some pants like that when I was a kid. like in the 80s.
I think we went to Pigeon Forge during COVID, right? Was it 2020 or 2021?
Oh, really?
2019.
We went in 2019.
September 2019. So,
Okay.
6 months before everything went.
So you guys were
So back when COVID was still cool and underground.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was during COVID, but it was right before.
Yeah.
Are you guys upstairs in a building downtown?
Nope. So the Space Needle is a 400-foot observation deck right in the center of town. Any picture you see, this is the other reason we're really lucky, because it is one of the oldest and most iconic attractions in town. Any picture you see of Gatlinburg, right up in the middle of it is the Gatlinburg Space Needle. And it is, it's an observation deck. You take an elevator up and then you get like a 360 degree view of the Smokies and the city of Gatlinburg. And there's an arcade that it sits on top of. And we're in the back of the arcade, not too similar to Vegas, where they make you walk through the casinos to get to the theater. Same kind of idea with us. So, you don't have to go upstairs to get to us. We have people that are like, I'm scared of heights. I'm like, don't worry. Like, you don't have to go on the Space Needle. I recommend it because the Space Needle is really cool, but we're on ground level. So we're not up high or anything like that.
What days of the week is your theater open? Are you open 7 days a week?
During Christmas, the 2 weeks of Christmas, 7 days a week. The rest of the year, we're open 5 when it's busy, 3 when it's not. And that can change. Sometimes we add dates, if there's like a lot of demand.
So I got to ask this. I'm not trying to be negative. What is the smallest? What is the smallest audience you can perform for? Do you cut it off? I think Penn Teller said they had to have 7, or they wouldn't do the show. What is your cutoff?
Penn Teller had to have 7?
When they first got their manager and everything, they said that they because they were booking them everywhere. They said their cutoff was 7. If there's less than 7, we're not doing the show. And they thought that was really putting a demand down. And it's like, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to have at least 10.
Okay.
And the only reason I've done the show for less than 10, far less than 10. But I do a lot of mentalism, and the magic I do is very interactive too. And when it's less than 10 people, they get a little uncomfortable. So yeah,
up over and over and over, and it gets redundant.
Yes, it gets a little weird.
Smaller groups, I totally get it. Yeah,
it gets weird for them. I actually don't mind it, but I don't know. I'm a bit of a sociopath, I guess. That's something you got to have to be a mentalist, I think. And but yeah, the audience I notice gets a little uncomfortable, and even then, it's got to be split up. Like it can't be like 8 people in one group and then 2. It's got to be a little more split up than that. Because even if it's like a family, it's like they just, I don't know. We had some people get a little weird about it.
Yeah, it's just it's awkward for everybody. I think when it's that small of a group. We did a show. I remember this. We did a show one time. It was a kid's birthday party, and the mom booked us, and she said this was before Lana, my baby, was born. She's 11 now. I say my baby. And they said, hey, that we're inviting 30 kids, just to let you know, grandma, grandpa, and mom and dad will be the only adults. There'll be 30 kids besides the birthday kid. Okay, no problem. We showed up. No one else showed up. It was the birthday kid, grandma, dad. It was an awkward show. And then we felt like we had to get extra for the birthday kid. We felt bad for the birthday. Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal.
That kid. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. That poor kid.
No one showed up for the kid. No one showed up. It was awful. Yeah.
Oh, that happened to me once, but I was like 19, so whatever. No. I was 19. No, but when you're a kid, that's, oh my gosh, that's brutal.
I never had parties growing up. I mean, we'd invite the neighbor kids over for free cake, but I never really had parties.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's different now. But I know. So, we were talking about COVID times, and we were talking about your partner being injured or hurt.
Yeah.
What happened to you guys at COVID? How locked down were you? What did you do procedural wise? Did you close?
Yeah, I'm going to be careful how I say all this because I know for some reason it's a political topic. We were everything in Tennessee. We closed down for about a month, and that was it. And then they're just like, we're just going to open everything up. So we were half capacity and masked. In fact, I wore a mask doing the show for probably about a year and a half, I think. However long it took for people to start getting vaccinated. I got my shots, and then I probably wore it for a little longer after that, I think. But that was kind of it. Like, we just kept people social distanced, and I wore the masks. For a while, we had other people wear masks, too. That was hard to enforce, though, because a lot of businesses around here didn't. So it was like, it's hard to make people do something when nobody else is doing it. But I was masked, and I'd had sanitizer and that, and then after the show, I would sanitize everything and wipe everything down. And in general, it was not fun.
I saw David Copperfield during 2022, and he had ushers just pointing out to people, put your mask on, and they were just policing the audience. If people took a sip of too long, they would tell them to put their mask back on. And one lady got kicked out because she just wanted to sip on her drink. She's like, but I'm drinking. Well, no, you're not. You had time to take a sip. You're out. It was just rough.
Yeah.
It was hard to witness, to be. It was just awful all the way around. But
it was a really weird time. I think that's probably about as much as I want to say on the record. Because again, it's like, I don't know why it's like this, but it is kind of like a hot button issue, especially around here. But that's what we did for. We just tried to be as careful as we could.
I mean, in Virginia, I wasn't allowed to work, so God bless you for working, man.
I know,
month, I'm like, wow, that's awesome. We were out of work for 6 months. I mean, we would do a thing or like an outdoor thing, every once in a while. But for the most part, people just didn't book shows, didn't do anything here.
You were very lucky, dude. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Good job.
Yeah.
So what happened to your partner? You said your partner got injured?
Yeah, I pushed him down some stairs. I showgirled him. No, I'm kidding. he's got another business, and he injured his leg is what happened. He had a pretty nasty fall, and he's okay now. He got his leg fixed up and all that, but he has to use a cane if he walks too long, and he can't. I don't want to speak for him, but I believe he can't perform how he wants to perform. So he's just kind of not doing it right now. So we'll see if he ever comes back, but if he can't do it the way he wants to do it, I think that's what he's thinking.
You guys were doing a dual mentalist show?
We were. No, we were doing, he did magic, I did mentalism.
Okay.
And which was a nice configuration. You know what I mean? In fact, that's kind of what happened to my show after he couldn't do it anymore. Is we were still magic, mind reading, and mayhem. People asked what the mayhem is. We just needed a third. But so I actually ended up adding more magic to the show. So right now my show's about half magic, half mentalism. But yeah, that's how we did it before. We had a few bits that we did together. And then we had some solo bits. We actually patterned it off of Penn and Teller a little bit and how they kind of go back and forth. And yeah, we did that for a long time. I had a lot of fun doing it.
So when he got hurt, how quick did you have to like put a full show together?
I already had a full show because when we
Okay.
met, we both had been working solo for a long time. So that aspect of it wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. I was able to do it. It wasn't a big deal.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You had that.
Yeah.
So let's go back and start at the very beginning. How'd you get started in magic?
Yeah.
What was your first?
Yes. So, well, I got into magic late. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a professional wrestler. That's what I wanted to be. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I'm about 5'5", and I'm probably about 170 now, but it's a fat 170. So people my size don't usually do well in wrestling. I'm not a big guy. So when I was about 20, I realized this is not a good idea for me. I'm too little. And then I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And I was in a mall in Ithaca, New York, and I saw a magician at a kiosk selling magic tricks. And he did a few tricks for me. And this was the first time I'd ever seen magic in person. I'd always seen it on TV. And TV on Magic's a lot better than it was when I was growing up. But when I was growing up, I liked it. I'd watch like the world's greatest magic specials and stuff. And like I had like a vague idea of Max Maven and Matt King and some of those other people. But you know, it's just seeing it on TV doesn't hit you like seeing it in person. And I just fell in love with it. And I bought some tricks from the guy. I went home, I learned how to do them, and I realized I really like this a lot. And then I went back a week later to the same mall, same kiosk, same guy, and he was selling sunglasses because the first magician I ever saw was not a magician. It was just some guy that sold overstock in the mall.
Oh,
Wow.
So that was my first experience watching a magician. If I'd known anything about magic, I would have known he was pretty bad at it.
It
But
doesn't
what's
take
funny
much
about
to get that bug to bite, man. It
oh
doesn't
yeah,
take.
well he changed my life, and I'll never see him again. I wouldn't know him if I saw him today. I don't remember what he looks like. He doesn't know what I look like.
yeah.
He just sold me some stuff. So life's a little weird like that.
Wow.
But yeah, then I got into Eugene Berger and Jay Sankey and Greg Wilson, the not Mark Wilson's son, but the other Greg Wilson. I feel like that has to be said. And I just really got into it, and I started performing probably way too soon, performing in bars and doing parties and things for friends in college and all that. And yeah, I just realized I was kind of good at this, and I liked doing it. I liked doing it a lot, and then just kind of evolved from there. I feel like I'm missing something I was going to say, but that's okay. Maybe it'll come to me later. But that's kind of the nutshell.
So you're upstate New York. Did you do the college market? Did you do birthdays like a traditional route, or did you do restaurants?
Yeah, I did. When I was in New York, there wasn't a lot going on where I'm from. So I did a couple of restaurants, and then I would do parties, like birthday parties. I never got into doing birthday parties for young children. I would get booked for maybe 11, 12 on up generally. Because even from the very beginning, I was doing a lot of like mind reading stuff. So, you know, I would get booked for the slightly older kids. Um, yeah, then I moved to Ohio, and that's when I really made a shot at going, full time with it. And that went well for a while. Ohio, when I lived there at the time, there was a great magic community there. A lot of like really good magicians. A lot of them had really been around and done TV spots and everything, and a lot of places to work. Then I moved to North Carolina, and that all went away. The area I lived in was kind of the opposite of that. And then that's when I met Chris, and then we ended up here.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So did you live near the Penguin Studios and all that stuff in Ohio, or were you? Because
Oh, where are they? They're in Columbus, I think, right?
Yeah.
No, and I don't think they were doing that when I lived there. That
Okay.
came much later, I think. Because I lived in a town called North Olmsted, which was right outside of Cleveland.
Okay.
So yeah, so no, not that. I want to go there though. I've not been to not Columbus. Well, Columbus seems nice, but I haven't been to the Penguin Studios. You have been though, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
As far as they had Magi Fest there for years, though. Do you think that's what spiderwebbed out in that area then? If they had a big
Oh, it's you mean North Carolina?
No, I'm talking about Ohio. Because you
They
said
had
it was
Magi.
a community. Magi
Oh,
Fest is
when did they start Magi Fest? That's kind of more recent too, isn't it?
no,
Because
Joshua J
that's
took
the
over as a kid. He took it over.
Oh, okay, yeah, that probably does have something to do with it then. Because yeah, I forgot about that. He's from Ohio, and people used to talk about him a lot. And I remember seeing him lecture when I lived in Ohio. Now that I think about it, and what was that Troy Hooser? Is that his name?
Yeah, yeah. Coin guy.
The coin, I think coin guy. I think he's from Ohio too. Rick Smith is from Ohio. He's been on Jay Leno and stuff. He can throw cards through watermelons and all that.
Right,
And
right.
now I'm just naming off people I remember seeing. No,
So,
that might be the reason though. I don't know. It's weird with Magic. The other guy too. The crazy guy. He was in the Illusionist for a little bit. The tall guy. I can't think of his name. What's that?
David Williamson?
Williamson. Yes, he's from Ohio too. A lot
Yeah.
of magicians from Ohio. Maybe because there's not a lot to do there.
Like
but also
like North Carolina is just loaded with activity.
that's what it is. Yeah, people are they got too much to do.
Yeah.
There are some good magicians in North Carolina. I'm not going to rag on the whole state, but yeah, I don't know. I've noticed with Magic too that like there's certain periods of time where magicians will just for some reason come from one area. Because like the Long Island Mystics, like all these magicians came from Long Island for a while, and then there's all these magicians came from Ohio for a while, and now like internationally, it's all like what is it, Spain, and for a while it was the French that were like really good at magic. So it's like I don't know what happens. Where like just a bunch of them get together and they're like, let's just take over the world with magic. But yeah, it's weird.
It is weird how it goes through not revelations, but like ebbs and flows of where it's popular, where it's coming from. Everybody's down. Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. So, in your mentalism, I saw you testimonials on your Facebook. It looks like a lot of family mentalism, preteen, teen mentalism. They're cool with the mentalism act. I mean, you do.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, they're afraid of mentalism. So it's magic, mentalism, and mayhem. So they might be coming for the magic, but the mentalism draws them in. They don't know they like mentalism until they see it a lot of times, right?
That happens a lot. Yeah. One of the comments we get a lot is the parents are like, I brought my kid to this show because they heard it was good. And they're like, I think I liked it more than my kid did. Which I'm not sure how to take that, but I think it's good. I think mentalism, I mean, it's people have this idea that mentalism has to be dark and heavy, and I'm not exactly sure where that comes from, because a lot of the mentalism that I remember seeing early on just wasn't like that. Even Max Maven, I don't think was real dark and heavy. Like he seemed very comedic to me.
Comical, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I was missing the point, but that's always the example people give. When they haven't seen my show, they're like, oh, I could never do mentalism because I could never be serious like Max Maven. And I'm like, the first thing he says when he comes on stage is boo. Like, he never struck me as like a super serious guy. So I'm not sure where that comes from. But nowadays too, especially people, for better or for worse, people have their opinions on this. But mentalism, I think, gets clumped in with magic now more than it did in the past. I think people think mentalism, they think magic. They think it's the same thing. So I think that has a lot to do with it too. But yeah, and I don't know anything heavy. Like I do a Q&A act, but I'm not, I'm not revealing super sensitive information. I'm not making people cry. In fact, I deliberately try not to. I'm not trying to really, spook people by getting too personal with it. A little personal because that's the idea, but I don't want to go too far with stuff. Like for example, if I know somebody, like if their wish is like, oh, I want my cancer to go away, maybe I'll like hop around the fact they have cancer. Be like, oh, you got some kind of an illness or something, because I don't want to be gross, because sometimes I think people when they do that stuff, they're kind of using the person you're doing it with as like a prop. Like, I'm going to make this person cry and everyone's going to remember it, you know? And that's just, ugh. So I don't do a lot of that stuff. I keep it pretty lighthearted. And yeah, I mean, I perform it seriously, but it's not like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't make a joke out of it. I know some people perform mentalism, they make a joke out of it. I don't do that. I don't think that's a real effective way of doing it, but it's not heavy and dark.
I know when we were in Vegas back in 2008, there was a mentalist. I don't know who it was. Maybe Gary McCambridge. I'm not sure. Jerry McCambridge. Yeah. But I told my wife, you want to go see mentalism? And she's like, no, she'd rather go see Lance Burton. It's just mentalism has a stigma. They think it's going to be serious. Yep. They think it's dry, and he's just telling you answers. But it's very, very, it's done right. Magic can be dry. It done right. It can be right. So, yeah. We do mentalism in our show, but I don't pitch it as mentalism. It's just a trick.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a lot of the fault of magicians too, because I think magicians push it as like this dry thing, and you know, they perceive other mentalists as dry, and when they perform it, they perform it that way. They do it like they're doing like there's a lot of mentalists I see they're doing it like they're public speakers, and it's like, who wants to see that? Who wants to see a public speaker? And they're, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's just, it's the way that it's been performed a lot in the past. It was pretty dry and a little too serious, a little too scientific, even though there's nothing scientific about it. And, but things have changed now. You know, I mean, it's not just me that performs it this way. A lot of people have kind of loosened up on it or mixed it with magic, which I think is great too, because again, a lot of people think it's the same thing anyways, and when you mix the two, you can come up with some pretty wild stuff.
So my question is, how did you do that video? Because it looked like the people were just turning on the camera and giving their testimonials. I have a marketing background, so I'm very curious. What do you got going on there to do that?
Yeah, well, feel free to use this idea if you want. It's the best idea I think I've ever had. I'm a little surprised people haven't stolen it from me that have seen the show. But we have this app we downloaded, and I'll send it to you later. It's hard to find because you can only use it on the iPad. But it is, I think it's called Photo Booth, but that's what it is. It's a photo booth app. So I have, well, let me show you right here. I have this right here.
While you're walking over there, the video, guys, for the listeners, it just said, like each person logged on and said, we just saw Erik Dobell. It was great. We all loved it. And they're all talking and then click. And then the next people, and it's new people. And it's like they're pushing. You see them pushing the button. It's wild. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, what's really great about it, too. So we did the other approach for a while where you shove a camera in someone's face and you're like, what do you think of the show? And you just get bad testimonials that way because you're putting people on the spot. This right here, it's not private because it's like right at the entrance. We usually have it where the tree is, by the way. This is not a great spot for it, but the tree has to, it's here for now. But I set it by the door, and then on the way out, people, they just, you know, they're excited. They had a good time, and people also love to be on TikTok. So they record these videos. And yeah, a lot of the videos, they're super excited. And even the videos where they're not super excited for whatever reason, they're still really, you know, because not everybody's going to be like, yeah.
Right.
But they still like leave really good testimonials and say really nice things. But yeah, I got this little ring light set up right here. And I got an iPad. You can get an iPad for pretty cheap. You know, you download the Photo Booth app. I show them how to use it during the show. And I'm like, hey, if you like the show, leave us a video testimonial. And some nights we don't get any. And a lot of nights we get like 4, 5, 6. I mean, if you go online and look us up, because my social media approach is that the chances of me going viral are not 0, but close to it. So if I can't go viral, I'll just saturate the market. So I'm big on like user-generated content. We also let people record videos during the show because they want to get their kid on stage, or maybe I'm reading their grandmother's mind or something. And, you know, they post that on our Facebook page, and then I can take that same video and share it on TikTok or YouTube. I basically download it and like reuse it, refurbish it. But the same thing with these. It's like it's user-generated content. These people leave these testimonials, and I just piece together like a 3-minute video and throw it up there. We probably have like 100 of these online. So anytime somebody's wondering if they want to come see the show, they're not going to watch all these videos. You know, you see some of them, they got like 20 views. You know, people are going to sit there and be like, oh boy, I can't wait for the next testimonial video. But you're going to get people that are going to type in impossibilities, and they're just going to see, you know, a long line of thumbnails with happy faces on them. And that's good. So, you know, I'm always trying to figure out how to just push content out there to show people, hey, this is, you know, people are having a good time at this show. And they're also great for demo videos, or promotional material. You know, your video, you know, where you're off, well, not your video specifically, but those videos people do where they're doing audience in front of magic in front of nobody, and you know they are. But you throw some of these in there, and it can really enhance, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. You know, and you don't have to sweeten the audio.
Can we get a ring light and just get an iPad and bring it with us to shows? That'll be just another thing to carry in.
Yeah. And I just edit them. What kind of phone do you have? iPhone, perfect. I mean, I just airdrop them to my phone and use iMovie, or I use something called Focus. There's another editing app. I like that one a lot because it's really easy to do the vertical videos, which I hate, by the way, but for some reason that's where the world has gone. But this app makes it really easy to do vertical videos. But yeah, I just do it all on my phone. I just airdrop it to my phone, and I just put it together there, and, you know, add our website on there, and away we go.
Yeah, throwing that camera in people's face. I mean, even if they are excited and love the show,
it's awkward.
They're awkward. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
it is.
I think good footage, or it's overly acted. It was the best show I've ever seen. That's not what I asked for. Just be normal. Can you be normal? No.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, but this does, it's not, like I said, it's not private because people are like right behind them while they're shooting the video, but there's like this illusion of privacy, which helps people kind of open up a little bit. The world's changed too, man. I mean, I remember when I got into magic 20 years ago, we shot some street magic videos, as you do, and it was really hard getting people to, you know, let me record on my actual tape recorder. But now we went out a few years ago and shot, we should do this again, but we went out and shot some street magic videos here in Gatlinburg. And not only are people eager to do it, but they know exactly how to act on camera and where to look and what to say. It's weird. But I think that's helped too.
What was a selfie 20 years ago? It was click and click. I mean, they didn't have selfies. Yeah.
Well, it didn't exist. Yeah.
Right.
I don't remember who made this point, but I think it's a good one. People talk about the narcissism with like selfies and stuff. And like, I don't know if it is narcissistic, because it's like back in the day, people wanted pictures of themselves too. They just had to, you know, get them painted. So like it either never happened or they had one. And now it's like we can document our lives, and I don't know, like you kind of want this stuff.
What's more narcissistic, doing this, click, or saying, hey, take a picture of me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here's my camera. Take a picture of me. I think this is less narcissistic. Just take it and be done with it. Yeah.
Just be done with it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or calling other people narcissistic seems narcissistic. There could be projecting.
You have this beautiful theater behind you. How many seats is there?
89.
89 seats.
89 seats.
How tall is the stage? It looks really short. It looks, the listeners at home.
It is. And that's a good thing. Yeah. It's I think about 6 inches. 6 inches it goes up. Yeah.
That's fine.
We get asked that a lot because people, like some of the shows around here, you know, you get like a bigger theater basically. You sit front row and you're doing this.
Yep.
You know, so we get asked that a lot. They're like, you know, I don't want to sit up front if my neck's going to be. I'm like, no, you're going to be right in front of me. You're not going to have to look up really at all. You know, I'm also 5'5", like I mentioned earlier. So I'm eye level with most of the people sitting.
Have you ever rented the theater out, like a company just want to have a company party and bring everybody into your venue?
No, I don't think so. I'm open to the idea. If somebody wanted to do something like that.
Yeah. Start doing this.
Yeah, no, I probably should approach some people with that, because we do get a lot of companies that come here and stuff. They could do a cocktail and magic party. But no, we haven't had that yet. We've had a few events here. but nothing official like that. No, not yet.
So is this in magic terms or theatrical terms? Is this your room? Are you four walling it, or are you
four walling?
Okay.
Yeah, we're four walling it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Although
man.
I guess it's sort of a gray area too, because we do work with the Space Needle on stuff also. So we're not like completely on our own, but yeah, we're four walling.
So for people not knowing, four walling is they're renting that building from the police.
Yeah.
So doing everything themselves. So,
which I think is how everybody does it now, right? Isn't Vegas kind of ruined?
Yeah, Copperfield, Penn and Teller. I don't know. I don't think they're renting the room, but I wouldn't be surprised. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I think they might be now. I think things got weird in Vegas.
Huh.
But yeah, I don't know though.
It's hard to tell with all the lies. All the people that say they're making money and they're not making money in Vegas.
Yeah.
Then you find out when when the pandemic hits and they're mowing lawns, you realize how successful they are. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. That's a whole other thing we don't want to get into.
Yeah.
But
I never understood the whole Vegas as an end goal thing either, though. Like, I like Vegas, but geez, I mean, the idea like I got to be a Vegas magician, kind of wild.
It sounds.
There's other places to go. It does sound good.
Yeah, I mean,
you do have those people. Well, go ahead.
You have your own theater in Gatlinburg, man. You've made it.
Yeah.
You can have your own show in Vegas, but then you're kicked off the stage right after the show because the burlesque dancers are coming in, and you can't sell merch, you can't take pictures, you can't do that because you have to go and you left a stain on the floor. You're gonna deduct that from your fee, or I don't know, or we have our VIPs. You can only sell 20 tickets today because we've already papered the room. What? I mean, that's the kind of stuff they have in Vegas. You don't get a call. You don't even get a.
Yeah. I also heard a rumor one time they make the seats deliberately uncomfortable so they want to get up and go play games more.
Oh no! Wow.
I don't know.
Never think of.
I've heard that from several people, and then I started thinking about shows I've been to, and I'm like, I don't know. I think the seats are okay.
Yeah. I'm not that big of a gambler, so I don't think I'm just shuffling my seat. I'm so into magic. I would stand up the whole time. It doesn't bother me. Yeah.
I gambled once and hated it.
Throw your money away. It's pretty much.
Yeah. I can't stand it.
We just went and saw a comedy show in West Virginia, and I met my sister and her husband there, and they were like, "How much you spend today?" Nothing. Do you want a drink? No. Well, I mean, we bought tickets to the show. That's all we came for. You don't want alcohol? No. We have to drive home. How much did you spend gambling? Nothing. I don't. If I win $1,000, it's yay. It doesn't. I don't get that rush out of that. I like earning money, doing something and earning it. I don't want that money for nothing thing. It feels fake to me.
Chances of earning $1,000 are very slim anyway. So.
Well, and then
How much did you spend to get that $1,000? Right. Exactly.
Usually like 4.
And that's they tell that story for life.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's
everyone thinks they can game the system.
Right.
I love the video poker. Like, you really are playing that thinking that this isn't rigged. It's a video game.
That's what I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's rigged. I don't think it's good. No. I mean, how are you going to know the tells from other people? I mean, that's the only chance you have in a regular game, right? You're looking at people's tells. The computer doesn't have.
Right.
I don't know.
Computer doesn't have tells, and computer can also just do whatever it wants because it's a computer.
Yeah, but there's a gaming company that makes sure they're getting paid. By the, I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Dangerous people, though. We should stop talking about it.
I'll never have a show in Vegas now.
I think I hear a knock on the door.
Well, hey, we could talk about that. I was just talking to Anastasia, who was Amazing Jonathan's wife, right? And he was talking about that. He had the mafia. He went after them because they had cancer dressing room.
Yes. Right.
And he was like, "You can't do that. I have girls changing." Yeah, but it's our casino. We can do. No, you can't. And he had a whole thing about it. And it was like, it wasn't good. It's like, what do? You're against them. You're four walling their building, but they can do what they want. And you too much, or this is his quote: "You can't argue too much, or you'll end up in the desert.
Yeah.
You'll just end up disappearing." So,
Right.
Yeah.
business, man, you just never know. You got it made in Gatlinburg, in this beautiful place.
Yeah, I don't think there's any mobsters here.
No, you got
I don't think.
you got bears though. Have you ever seen any bears in Gatlinburg?
Oh, constantly. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Yeah, we see bears all the time. And you do got to be a little careful around here. They're black bears, so they'll mess you up. You can't monkey with them, but they're mostly scared of you also, so they'll run away or keep their distance. But you just want to be careful if you're coming to visit. You don't want to accidentally sneak up on one. And you really don't want to sneak up on cubs on accident, because that's when they'll get nasty because they think you're gonna do something to their kids. But yeah, we see them all the time. You'll see videos online of bears walking on the sidewalk in Gatlinburg, and yeah, that's a thing that happens. I saw one walking on the sidewalk a few months ago, just driving home. I saw one in somebody's yard the other day. We live in like a condo complex thing, and I haven't seen it, but apparently there's some bear that hangs around, so when I go out at night, take out the trash or whatever, I'm kind of looking around. So yeah, we got bears here, see them pretty frequently. But they'll leave you alone.
Oh, no selfies with bears.
No selfies with bears, no. I think people try.
Not good.
I've seen those.
Not a good idea.
Not good.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with them. You watch them from a distance. Yeah, but yeah, if you come here, there's a pretty good likelihood. It depends on time of year too. I'm not sure exactly what their pattern is, but there does seem to be like a time of year when you see them a little more than other times of year. So usually when it gets a little colder, I seem to see them more.
Yeah. So down there, you have the busy season and you have Christmas season.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, it's pretty just normal, just what you call normal. So you open 3 days a week, 4 days a week. What was it? I forget.
Yep. We are, I think this is unusual for a tourist town, but we're open all year. So basically we are busy when the kids are out of school. That's when we get all of our business. So the summer, spring break here is crazy. The summer is busy too, but it's spread out more, so it doesn't feel as nutty. But spring break's pretty crazy. Summer's busy. Thanksgiving's pretty good, and then Christmas is nuts. The locals here call it Hell Week. I don't because we get a lot of business, but it gets crazy here. Because we also do. Oh, I guess I should tell you guys this, but we have one of the biggest New Year's Eve celebration on this side of the country, right here at the Gatlinburg Space Needle. Every year they shoot fireworks off the Space Needle at midnight. Tens of thousands of people here. You look up the exact number online, but it's a lot of people that come here to see these fireworks, and they got music and bands playing and stuff. And I do a live feed of the fireworks going off every year with the chamber. So I'll be doing it again this year too. So, if you want to see if you can't be in Gatlinburg, but you want to see the fireworks, just check out visit Gatlinburg on Facebook, and we'll be doing the live feed on New Year's Eve of the fireworks.
Now, do you put that on your Facebook as well?
It will be on our Facebook as well. Yeah. So we do that every year. So yeah, New Year's is bonkers.
Do you do multiple shows? It's so busy.
Question. Spring break too, when it gets real nutty, do you do multiple shows in a day?
Not in a day. We will add shows. Like if we're doing 5 shows a week, we'll add a day. We've tried doing multiple shows a day, and we're the only show in town. And a few years ago, there was another show where we were only 2 shows in town, and getting people to come to a time other than like 7 or 8 o'clock was like pulling teeth. And I'm not really sure why. Maybe someday we'll be doing multiple shows, but right now we just do 1 a day, and we'll add days if we have to. But and then once in a while, somebody will basically buy the theater out. Like a few weeks ago, we had a baseball team come in, and I did like a 4 o'clock show for them, and then I turned around and did the 8 o'clock show. So I guess we do earlier shows once in a while, but it's not as often as I would like. We usually just add a day.
Okay, cool.
I think it's funny that you say I would never in a million years think that spring break is a destination for Gatlinburg.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But I
it's
mean,
insane.
but
That's cool.
Yeah.
it's not the college crowd though. It's all the younger the
Families.
families.
No, it's families. Yeah, we yeah, I don't know if we really get any of that actually. We get some older people come to down and do the college thing. If you know what I mean?
Uh,
So because we have moonshine here and stuff too, so people come here for that. We have Old Smoky across the street, and what's the name of the other one? Sugar Hills Distillery, and yeah, we have some really big moonshine places here. Stuff you've seen in movies and stuff. Really popular brands right here in town is where they're from. So we get like older people coming for spring break and do the college thing, but mostly it is nuclear families, husband, wife, daughter, son kind of thing,
When,
and they come into town.
when we went in 2019, there was a car show in Pigeon Forge, and man,
Yes.
it shut down everything.
yeah, that
And
was
I know
Rod
you guys
Run.
I know you had spillover in Gatlinburg. You had to have.
Yeah, we do very bad during Rod Run because
really?
it kills business because of traffic. It kills our business because of traffic. Yeah, it just suffocates. Yeah, nobody can get into town, so we usually don't do too hot when they're in town. So we have to kind of plan around it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the week that we rented a cabin.
yeah, we
Yeah.
were glad to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we just avoided Pigeon Forge and went
Oh,
other
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-minute drive from Pigeon Forge to here, and I got stuck in Rod Run one time. I'm presuming it was Rod Run, by the way. There's like 3 car shows, but I think 2 of them are Rod Run and one's like Shades of the Past or something. But they're kind of all the same for me. But I got stuck in the traffic one time. It took me an hour and a half
Oh,
to get into town.
Wow.
You're just sitting there because it's just like it's not just people. It's not just people. It's not just a lot of traffic, but it's also people looking at cars and stuff and trying to get into businesses and all that. But yeah, I will say though that if you're into classic cars, that's a great event to go to, and I do recommend checking it out. Just Google it. If you don't mind the traffic and that's what you're into, it's really cool. They do a lot of really cool stuff.
Dude, the medians, every business had all these cars, just like
Yeah.
like the whole town became a car show. Even
Yeah.
in the middle of the highway was just cars, and they had their hoods open, and everybody just picnicking beside. It's like, well, I'm into
It's crazy.
I don't know that world at all. Yeah, man, it was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to take my car to the shop the other day, and I had to go look at it to remember what it was when they asked me. They're like, I don't know, it's silver. It's got like a bowl or something on it.
I am you. I don't know anything about it. Yeah.
What did I tell Mama Kay? Treat me like a 17-year-old girl. Don't act like I know anything about it.
Right.
Don't take anything for granted.
Right.
Did you put gas in it? I don't know. Check. I don't know. Go. I kind of that, but yeah. Don't.
I got gas figured out.
Right.
I got gas.
Gas goes in the side.
Load up a couple motors for oil. I've done that.
Yeah.
I don't
changed a tire.
There's not enough room. There's not enough room. I've changed the tire, but there's not enough room. I can't.
Yeah.
My car is different from my motorcycle, which is different from her car, which is different from my RV. And then all of those take different requirements to change the tire. And even the trailer is different from all of those.
Yeah.
Have
you seen the Cybertruck?
What do you think?
I saw the face you made. I actually like it.
They say
I'm surprised.
In person, it's amazing,
Right.
but pictures, it looks like Minecraft.
It looks interesting.
Well, here's what's okay. So let me tell you first. What would stop me from getting it? There's a lot of things that stop me from getting it, but it has maintenance. It doesn't even have hubcaps. It's like these special rubber things that like go on there. But then it also has the largest windshield wiper ever put on a car because the window's so big, so you can't even go to the store and get a windshield wiper for it. So that's a little bonkers. But my dream car, there's another car show that came to town with like the kids that get the Hondas and they that stuff. And I saw a car. It was some souped up car, and on top of it was a miniature version of the same car.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, that's what I want. If I ever make it big, you'll know because this is my dream car. I want to get a car and I want to wrap it so that it looks like one of those Oh, you said the name a couple moments ago of the game, the
Yeah.
Minecraft. I want to make it look like the Minecraft car, like it's loading, right? Like it's 8-bit. And then I want to get a smaller version of that on top of it. And then I want to get those spinners that you put on the wheels where so you're driving and it looks like they spin in such a way that it looks like they're not spinning, they're stationary. So my car looks like a glitch in Grand Theft Auto. That's what I want. That's my dream car.
If you
And then
ever
my wife.
if you ever get it, you have to send us a video of it because our daughter would absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be sending a video to everybody. And then somebody told me, well, you're gonna get pulled over. And I'm like, great. That's what my pixelated driver's license will be for.
Ah!
It'll be fun.
So that's what I want.
For a minute.
But I think that might be some of the appeal of the Cybertruck because it does look like a Nintendo 64, like like a racing car. Yeah.
Like I thought it was a joke. Like, no, that's never going to come out. Who's going to buy that? People are going nuts. They love it. Yeah.
Yeah. If I had money, if I was like had money to burn, I'd probably buy one. Because I do think it's cool, but I don't, so I won't.
That's
I do think though that the audience for that's probably limited.
Yeah.
especially with his recent PR. I don't think he's popular like he was, and it's a weird looking car. So I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are, but I can't imagine he's going to sell a lot of them. We'll see.
I heard an interview the other day, and the people were like, "I don't like his political. I stopped using Twitter. I don't like this. I don't like this, but I drive a Tesla." So it's like,
yeah, it's a good car, and I like the SpaceX stuff. He's not all bad. He's just not bright. But some of the stuff he's doing, I do like. So I don't know. I think people really get kind of wrapped up in him in kind of a crazy way. I think. You know,
the whole world. You can go. Everything becomes political. Everything becomes.
I know. Yeah.
One side or the other. We're laid back. We're like everybody's cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I don't care. Does he bother me? You like him?
Hey.
Right. Yeah.
He did ruin Twitter, but Twitter was already bad. But also, I'm going to say this too. I just found out recently that he made the tip of his spaceship pointy so it looked like the ship from Spaceballs. So how bad of a guy can he be?
You know, funny moments, man. He really does.
That's pretty funny.
And
he was Elon Musk and Rick and Morty. He voiced himself, so
that's awesome. I mean, he's got funny stuff. He's got money, and he's a genius, and he can do what he wants. And he didn't run Twitter for me because I only post and go, so I never saw.
Yeah.
I never read. I never look at other things.
Right.
I might see something to Penn and Teller every once in a while because they pop up right before I did something, so I'll read that. But I don't read the 10 million comments on their feed, and I don't.
Yeah, no, you don't. Twitter's always been bad, but I don't want to talk about it because there's some stuff that happened to Twitter that for me was weird, really weird. But we can talk about that off there if you want because I don't know if it's appropriate. Twitter got super strange, but if you're just posting and getting right off of it, like I think we still post on there because I use a program for it, so I think we're still posting on it. And yeah, no, I know we saw her out because we get comments and stuff on it. So, but yeah, it was always kind of wonky, anyways. You know, I mean, I think that's what stopped him initially when he was trying to buy it and he was trying to back out. I think it's because it's mostly bots on there, you know, and burner accounts and stuff. Like it's not. Yeah, we're getting way off topic, but
that's what it is.
Yeah, Twitter. Oh, okay, maybe we're on topic then. But yeah, Twitter. I don't know. People act like, oh, it's the town square. It's really important culturally, and it's like, no, it isn't. It just isn't.
I don't think any of them. I don't think any social.
Yeah, there you go. Nobody really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't think any social media account is the be all, end all.
No,
I really don't.
No.
Yeah. I play on all of them.
And
I post and go on all of them.
Me too. I'm on all of them too, and any one of them could completely fry out and go away tomorrow. I think people don't realize that. Like, I mean, there's these people that like they get locked out of their Facebook account, and they're like, all my pictures are gone. And I just like, why do you have all of your pictures on a website you don't own? I mean, like, so I have a lot of pictures on Dropbox. I don't own Dropbox, so like, yeah, I know something could happen to them, but they feel safer there than on Facebook. You know what I mean? It's like, because that could go away tomorrow. I don't know.
But somebody figures out your account or hacks your system and gets in your account, you're messed
That could
up.
happen too. I had somebody the other day was trying to hack into my account. I got like 3 or 4 emails throughout the day of Facebook and Instagram, which is the same thing. They're like, "Yeah, you're trying to reset your password." I'm like, nope, sure ain't.
Yeah, not good, man.
And I bet we don't have a lot of followers, like in the grand scheme of things. I bet these people that have like millions of followers, that's probably nutty. There's probably people trying to get into that every second and every day. It's probably insane. So they probably have special security measures or something for that.
Have a team. My publicist wanted to take over my account. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I want to do something. I want that to be me. I don't want it to.
Yeah.
Even if it sounds a little off, I know to me it sounds a little off. I don't want somebody else running my stuff.
You can tell. You can tell when they have some. You can tell when somebody else is posting for someone. Yeah. You're right. It's really obvious and it's weird.
I even asked her to send me all of my press releases. I want to see them because I want to know if it's her word the press is directly putting, or if they are that's their words, because it's weird, man. It doesn't sound like me. That's not what I would put, but it sounds weird sometimes. Anyway,
I know what you mean. It's hard to describe, but yeah.
So, dude, tell everybody where they can find you. Gatlinburg, Tennessee. The name of the show, website, social.
Oh, yeah. I want to show you this too. So the show is called Impossibilities. You can Google search us, Impossibilities Magic Show, Impossibilities Magic, Mind Reading, and Mayhem. We are at the Gatlinburg Space Needle, right in the heart of downtown Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Our website is iristheater.com. Theater spelled with an E-R. That's the actual name of the theater that we're in. Iris, like the state flower or the Bob Dylan song. And you can also find us at possibilityshow.com, same website. Follow us online. We're on Facebook, I guess you can follow us on Twitter. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Go ahead and follow us. Let us know that you found us from this podcast. And I do want to mention this one thing real quick. We have the Impossibilities coloring sheet. Whoa, look at that. Yeah. When is this going to go out before I do the pitch for this?
It goes out tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 3 p.m. All right. So for the entire month of December, we are doing a coloring contest. You color in this picture of this 40-year-old man. And we're going to take all the pictures that we get sent in, and the winner wins a bunch of tickets for us and also some attractions here in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Go on our website. You can actually download the coloring sheet for free on our website, and you'll see a video on there that explains the contest and how to enter. And if you come to the show, just ask for one of these after the show. It's absolutely free. I'll even autograph it for you. And on that same page where you can download this, there's a magic trick you can actually do with this coloring sheet. So do want to let everybody know that. Go ahead and do that coloring contest. And check us out on New Year's Eve.
My little girl's an awesome artist. Is 11-year-old too old?
No. Somebody sent one the other day, and they were full-grown adults. So,
my little girl.
Yeah, I'm not.
There you go.
Yeah, there's no age limit on coloring. I met the guy. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I met the guy that created the adult coloring books, and he very bitter because apparently it was like stolen from him. Oh. Yeah, I met him at this like convention thing. Told me the whole story about it. He's like, basically like some company found out he was doing it and then took it from him. Because I don't know, how do you copyright that? So
yeah.
But yeah. Who knew?
Well, dude, you were asking, do you need to have a bunch of questions? I said, no, we'll just wing it. We went everywhere. We went from Twitter to ticket sales to this, fireworks. We talked about everything.
Yeah.
Dude, we did it all. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I can't wait
thank you.
So next time we're down there, we're definitely going to look you up. We love it down there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We had a blast.
Let me know when you're coming.
That's in Gatlinburg, right? That bridge?
No, it's right across the street. You can see us where we are. The Sky Bridge.
Yeah, that was scary.
Have you done it?
Yes, we did it last time we were there in 2019. That was scary.
I made her take a picture right in the middle, like to stop.
He made me sit down on the glass. I'm like, are we done yet? Do you have a picture? Can we go now?
And strangers had to help pick up my wife because I'm
so
holding
scared.
my daughter and I'm holding everything.
They just built
She
a bunch of new
locked up.
stuff up there. I haven't been up there since, but they just built a bunch of new stuff up there. Yeah, next time you guys come to town, let me know first. I'll take you around town, take you up the Space Needle. We'll do that again if you want. Anakista, oh my God, Anakista's beautiful. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll show you the sights and sounds of Gatlinburg. I know a guy.
We're gonna,
Yeah.
let's do it. All right, man. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Thank you so much for being on here today. I appreciate it. I think that's everything.
thank you for having me.
All the socials and everything on the podcast group. Only thing we have left to say is see you next week.
All right.
Check us out online at wesisley.com and patreon.com/Wes_Isley for behind-the-scenes videos, blooper videos, never-before-seen footage, discounts on merchandise, magic trick tutorials, and more. That's Wes Iseli, spelled WESISELI.